Good morning. If you can't tell, I'm a bit puffed because we got up, sun hasn't risen yet, and we're heading to Arthur's Seat, fabled to be the legendary city that was known as Camelot. It's really steep and takes between, in total, probably half an hour and an hour to hike it, to walk up it. At least the stairs though. So we got some stairs that we can climb up. The girls are behind us, but don't know where they went. But check out the city of Edinburgh. It comes out the other side here. I'll show you when I get to the top. Sun isn't up yet. We still have about 25 minutes. So we're gonna race up there and try and beat sunrise. The sun is just starting to rise. It is looking nice. Oh, coming right here. And right in front of us is the peak of Arthur's Seat. Was it worth it, Josh? Oh, this is nice. Above entire Edinburgh.
Highest mountain.
Highest peak in the city. Josh, what did you learn out of this?
To keep pushing through, even when you want to give up. Reward is what you wait for.
That's a life lesson right there, folks. Just had sunrise at Arthur's Seat. Such a beautiful place to watch the sun, especially on a clear day like today. It's been completely overcast for I don't know how long. It's been a while, but beautiful day. Hopefully it stays like this for New Year's Eve tonight. Right now, we're gonna make our way down Arthur's Seat and walk towards the official residence of the monarch in Scotland, where the Queen spends 1 week at the beginning of each summer, and that is Holyrood Palace. We're kind of just walking around the edges of Holyrood Palace right now, and from the top of Arthur's Seat to the palace, I'd probably say it's about a 45-minute walk. So you can go do Arthur's Seat and come straight here in the morning. We just came inside the castle, and tickets for entry are £15 for an adult, and you can pay $7.50 extra for access into the Queen's Gallery, and you also get a free audio guide as well, which is really good. The only downside is you're not allowed to take photos inside. This building right here, it's actually was here before the castle, and it was built in 1128 by David I. It's literally an abbey, but now it's in ruins. It was destroyed by one of the monarchs that were here in the 16th century. That's all that's left, but to be honest, I'm pretty shocked that there's that much left. I thought there was going to be much less. We've left Holyrood Palace, gotten a coffee, and we're on our way to find some food down the Royal Mile, which is where the Holyrood Palace is. It's down one end, and if you walk up the other end, that's where Edinburgh Castle is, which is where we're going after lunch. After the longest time trying to find somewhere to eat, we've decided to go for the Cafe Edinburgh. We've just had lunch and we are heading to the most visited place in Edinburgh, the Edinburgh Castle.
Also the oldest castle in the world.
That's true.
The entire world. We're going to be walking to the gate.
Yeah, we have to do it. This is New Year's Eve. We've got to finish it, but look how many people are just swarming the place.
Swarming in. Edinburgh.
Yeah.
We're in the lineup now for the Edinburgh Castle, and as you walk in, there are a couple of ticket booths that you could print out your pre-booked tickets, which we probably should have done because now we're waiting in line.
And there's a huge line.
The lineup's not that huge,
Whoa.
but it's still wasting time. So if you can, book online.
Yeah, you had it here.
Alright, we have our tickets, and it took probably like 10 minutes to go through the lines, whereas we could have just got it from the box over there if you book online. It was $19.50 for an adult ticket. So let's hit this busy castle. I'm literally walking in going, why is this closed? And it's the fireworks.
This place is huge. The castle, as you can see, is up here, and then there's just, it looks like a little town inside, almost like a theme park. Sunset's coming from over this side. It's really beautiful. And the site that the Edinburgh Castle is on has been occupied for about 2,000 years. So much history here. And it's the world's oldest castle as well. Completely intact. The line for the Scottish Crown Jewels. Don't know if we'll have time to go in there.
We are at Edinburgh Castle, folks. Now, you walked in today, okay, you came over the drawbridge, didn't you? You bought a ticket. You didn't have to put ladders up against the wall or throw a rope up and climb in. It's much easier to walk, there's no doubt about it, folks. There's toilets, there's coffee, there's a shop, you know, there's all that stuff. Over the years, however, over the centuries, many people have tried to force their way into the castle, obviously. It's had its fair share of sieges and trouble and warfare and all the rest of it. And these two weapons here, the bow and the crossbow, they would have been used in attack and defence of the castle, folks, throughout that medieval period. Now, you can say the medieval period lasted 300 years, you know, so it's a long time, really, that these weapons were being used. And I like to start with my clothing, what I'm wearing today. I'm 15th century, folks, middle of the 15th century. So my clothing sort of reflects what a man of my status would be wearing. I'm not a Highland Scot, I'm a Lowlander. I'm a civilised person, thank you very much. So my clothing reflects what someone might be wearing in England or in continental Europe. Okay, so for a man like me, most often it was a pair of woolen hose, your leg coverings, your trousers. These are joined hose, so by the mid 15th century, your trousers were all one piece. In the 14th century, the men would wear a separate hose on each leg, and you'd have a suspender belt. And your underwear would be hanging out everywhere, and it was very undignified and cold as well, frankly. So that's why I chose mid 15th, you know, your pants don't hang out all over the place. So that's good. So stretchy woolen cloth, folks. Now the hose are held up by a waistcoat that you wear, and it has laces round the hem. You lace your hose onto your waistcoat. It stops them falling down. There's no zips or elastic, you know. You've got to stop your trousers falling down somehow. Now underneath you'd wear your linen underwear and a shirt. Fabrics we still use today. Okay. The big coat here, this is a soldier's coat. It's not day-to-day wear. It's called a gambeson. Now gambesons came in all shapes and sizes, designs. That's a very basic one on the end there. Just a super thick padded coat. It would give you some protection from impact. You know, points, obviously the weapons were sharp. They'd be no use if they were blunt. So if you really went at it with this point, you would get it through this. It is just material, it's a textile armour. But it's designed as a base layer or a very sort of, you know, or a more affordable sort of protection. So a medieval boat would be made from the same wood, it would be made from yew like this, folks, but it would be thicker and wider than this. Some of the Mary Rose bows that came up from the bottom of the sea in the 1980s, Tudor longbows, they were about 5 inches round in the centre, which is quite a considerable thickness. You've got a right chunk of wood in your hand. So one of those bows, once you've got it drawn and loosed, your arrow's going to go, you know, up to 300 yards. You're looking at an initial velocity from the bow of around about 115 miles per hour. So it's going really fast off the bow. Over 100 yards or so, it's going to lose some of its kind of momentum, but it'll still hit you between 60 and 70 miles an hour potentially at that range. So it's going to knock you off your feet.
this tiny little building here is the oldest building in Edinburgh Castle, and it is called St. Margaret's Chapel. And St. Margaret,
11:30.
yeah, 1130. And it is thought that St. Margaret lived in the castle grounds around that time. Edinburgh Hogmanay is just getting started. It's going to be officially starting 2 hours, but they've started practicing. The bands are out. The food stalls are starting to get set up. You can see one behind me. One of the bands is practicing, and the streets are getting really filled right now. And it is a beautiful, clear night in Edinburgh. Not a cloud in the sky. Hope you enjoyed Edinburgh Castle. It was really cool. Wish we got to spend more time there. We were just a little bit rushed because we want to get back, have a bit of a rest before we go out tonight. The party, the street party, Hogmanay street party, starts at 7:30. We're not going to leave until about 8. So before then, we're going to have a bit of a rest, eat something, get ready, have a couple drinks, and then head in. And tickets, I think I've told you before, but they're £31.50, and you're actually allowed to take in up to 4 drinks, like alcoholic drinks, which is crazy. And they have to be under 500ml, but that is plenty.